physician. They want all of my medical records, and I said, I refuse and don't send them, only from the point that I show up with a sugar diabetic, as a sugar diabetic. Why should I have to be insulin dependent to take it 3 times a day when I've been doing this now for almost 7 years? And it has, when I went in the hospital, it was 582. I almost passed out on balance. Then it has gone down to 38.
Do me a favor, because you've come to 2 town halls. Where do you live?
Antioch.
Say that with pride. Antioch!
I wish I could. I've lived here 42 years and I've seen a lot of change and I don't like it.
Do me a favor, and I think I might have said this to you at another town hall. Can we please make an appointment for you to come into my Fox Lake office and we can go over your particular case? I'm going to have you sit down with Aaron or Michelle. Michelle, can we make sure that we bring you in next week to talk about your specific issue? One thing I'm always on the lookout for is this. And guys, look, in many ways I'm an absent-minded professor, but I'm bombarded with 1,000 things a day, and I don't want any of them to fall through the cracks. When it comes to Medicare, big things, Michelle. Now look, ball is in your court. Michelle, if she doesn't call, what's your first name? What's your first name? If Elaine does not call Monday, call me. You call, hey, hold on a minute. Call Monday and make an appointment. Come into the office so that you can give the specific details on what you're going through. We are trying to document, I am in my district, everything that businesses have to put up with when it comes to the government. I also want to document everything that individuals put up with when they're dealing with Medicare.
Well, they're taking out $400 billion. You
Well,
said
first of all,
it'll fall apart in 7 years. It'll fall apart in a year.
Don't,
they keep raping us.
here's the deal. Now, to answer your broader policy question, kiddo, nothing's going to happen with Medicare. That's a prediction.
They started Obamacare
Don't-
from Medicare's money.
Do me a favor.
I want that
Don't
here.
worry about, don't lose sleep over this super committee. Don't. Do not lose sleep over the super committee, okay? I want to know what you're dealing with, so that when you have a potential problem, I can help you. When it comes to Medicare right now, don't lose sleep. You're going to see 1,000 plans in the next 3 weeks on Medicare defense, all this stuff. What's the super committee? Well, right. No, but, understand. Is that the president? Who is it? Sorry. If it was, would you have picked up?
Vayner.
I want to talk to him.
I got it.
I want to talk to him.
No, hey, I'm not.
Generated, the employer would pick up insurance for the people that they say, what, 7 million that don't have insurance.
No, I know that, but you gotta listen to me, Lane. I'm gonna say this as clearly as I can say it, and I love you to death. But if we don't take this thing called Medicare, let me finish. You're giving me a look my mom gives me sometimes. I know that look, Lane. If we don't take this thing called Medicare and change it, reform it, fix it for younger people, I am telling you, it won't be there.
They're robbing us blind.
I know, but it needs to be changed. We need to fix it and improve it.
Next one.
Quickly?
Now, next question. Why don't you do something about welfare? Why are we supporting illegitimate children? When it's just one generation after the other generation after the other generation. They keep getting away with it. Yet
Who's he?
they keep getting away
Oh,
with
they
it.
keep
Yet
getting away
you're a Christian, there's some Jewish people, Muslims, whatever. I mean,
All God's children.
yeah, right. But these are illegitimate children that keep having illegitimate
Yes.
children on welfare, and we pay for
You're
all
right,
of that.
you're right.
Why should we fight for Medicare?
You're right, but understand when it comes to welfare, still something our government needs to cut and improve, but we've made huge strides in the
Why
last
don't they
50
tell them
years.
to keep their pants up?
We've made huge. Cut that tape!
Whoa, baby.
Next! Okay. Elaine, I am going to. Helene, make a note. Helene has been grounded from the next town hall. Let the record show everybody she's been grounded. Shush. Hey, I got you.
Did she say plants? She said plants, didn't she?
Yeah, she said, what about those plants?
Yeah, pick those plants up, will ya?
Question. You better change the subject.
$528 million to a company to produce hybrid vehicles in Finland. $1.4 billion to Nissan to help them to develop and produce the Leaf, an electric car. How much money went to Telstra to produce a vehicle in a foreign country? Stephen Chu needs to get tossed as well, not only Eric Holder.
There's an next letter to go out, yeah.
Department of Energy.
Briefly, Solyndra is the tip of the iceberg.
Oh, it's another company.
Tip of the iceberg. 987 billion in stimulus, and about $3.23 went to jobs. So you go figure. Other thoughts, issues, or questions, guys? And I really appreciate everybody coming out. Thomas.
I just want to ask you, anything going on with the $3 million Dodd-Frank? The only reason why is because I got like 3 more credit companies cut my limits in the last 2 weeks, so.
They heard you were running a comp for, running later. That was a direct call from Obama.
When it comes to Dodd-Frank, the name of the game right now, and Dodd-Frank's every bit as dangerous as Obama. The name of the game is delay. What Congress is trying to do is delay all the rulemaking that they want to put into place for the implementation of Dodd-Frank. So we literally are trying to kick everything as far down the road as we can. I think that after another election, again, if you put the Republicans in charge, and we hope they do right, that repealing the entire legislation will pick up a lot of steam. There is currently a piece of legislation to repeal the whole thing. I'm a co-sponsor. I can tell you if I get sent back to Washington, I think it needs to be looked at every bit as closely as Obamacare. But right now, all we're trying to do is delay its implementation. There are hundreds of bureaucrats in Washington right now just drawing up regulation to make life difficult. We got to, there's only so much, we just got to kind of force them to wait. That's all we can do with Dodd-Frank right now.
Federal Register grew by 83,000 pages last month or something like that. It's insane.
It's insane. Now, so let me leave you with this thought. I'm going to leave you with 2 thoughts. One is going to be broad, and one's going to be focused on me, because it's all about me. Broadly, next November is the most important election of your life. It's also the easiest election. Let's be honest. If our nominee is Romney, you know what? It's almost Miller time. I've had a long day. I've had a long week. I've had a long 10 months. If your nominee is Romney, Perry, Bachman, Santorum, Gingrich, Kane, whoever it is, everybody in this room, if you're inclined to vote Republican, everybody from Tea Party to establishment to everybody in between has got to work their tails off. You know me, you know where I am philosophically. I'm a Tea Party conservative. If Mitt Romney is my nominee, I will run through that wall to get him elected. I wouldn't have said that 3 years ago with John McCain, but now I know. I know that this president, and I don't know him personally, but I know and I believe his policies are destroying this country. He needs to go. Second point I'll make is this. Again, we'll find out in 3 weeks if this Democratic map holds. If the map holds, you're going to have me probably running against another Republican freshman. We're very different, and you will have the opportunity to see that difference. And if my establishment doesn't want me to go back to Washington, if my leadership doesn't want me to go back to Washington, then it will be a classic fight of all the rest of us grassroots folks who understand that if you don't have people like me in Washington, we're in a big heap of trouble. God bless you, have a great night, I need a drink.
Thank you.